Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel.
What's up, y'all? It's Meka, and this is Jey, and we're here to talk about the premiere episode for this season, season 49 of Survivor. Yeah, I thought that it was pretty good. What did you think?
I thought it was okay. Typical episode 1, the breaking up of the tribes pretty much, and people just kind of getting their foot, and you kind of see what kind of skills some of the people have. So I thought it wasn't bad, it wasn't a bad first episode. Actually, it was a decent first episode.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, we watch a lot of reality TV, so, I think it was pretty, up-tempo, pretty exciting. Right out the gate, they started competing, so that was pretty cool to watch. And
yeah, I think right away the Henna tribe, is it Henna?
Yeah, the Henna tribe. Yeah.
They kind of state their dominance so far. Just one episode, but so far this season, they won the first competition for the flint and the machete and whatnot.
Did they get a pot too, or no?
I think they got a pot. They got everything, and then yeah. So, which left.
Yeah.
You want to tell about when they had to do the challenge with Rizzo from Uli, and I believe the other character was it Alex? I think it was Alex.
It was Alex.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Rizzo and Alex. Rizzo again is from Uli. Alex is from Keely. You don't want to predict what's gonna happen, but based off of just observation, I thought Alex was gonna pull through on that, especially when he described himself. And Rizzo, he was not confident about puzzles, and it turned out the challenge that they had to do was an actual puzzle challenge, so he went into that kind of just not really confident to begin with. But what ended up happening was Alex ended up losing, Rizzo ended up winning.
Well, Rizzo cheated.
He did kind of cheat, but Alex had a huge lead, and like he said, he, has high endurance, he competes in different things, in the outside world or whatever. And so he was able to get through this puzzle and move on to actually dig through the sand pretty quickly. But what happened was he got impatient and he didn't dig down far enough. So Rizzo, in the meantime, he was like, wait, I'm not good at puzzles. I'm about to go over here and cheat and look at Alex's puzzle. And that's how he ended up putting this puzzle together. And when I say Alex had a big lead, and unfortunately that lead didn't matter because Rizzo ended up getting that puzzle together, and he was able to find the wheel for the boat very, very quickly. Yeah. And he won. And he was able to take back a pot, a machete and the flint to his tribe. So
Uli ended up getting their supplies, and Keely was pretty much left pretty much high and dry.
Yeah.
And Keely, Alex, you got Jake, who are two physical specimens, I'll say, of all the guys on the show thus far, I would say. But, the rest of their team, from what I've seen, it just kind of fell short in some areas, But yeah, so they don't have any supplies or whatnot. And then we go on to what happened after? Oh, Jake is now the social game, they're kind of starting to build or start to try to build alliances. So right away, Jake and Alex, they said, hey, we're we're locked in. And then
Sophia wanted to be in on that.
Yeah, Sophie comes in, she wants to be able, because she wants to stay close to Jake. And then from there, is it Jeremiah? Jeremiah. He kind of gets into the fold. So it's right now, Keely, it's Alex, Jake, Jeremiah, Sophie. Yeah. That's what they're kind of building, or so far.
And that's on the Keely team.
Yeah, that's on Keely.
Is it Henna?
Henna.
Did that team have any alliances?
I don't think
they really talked about it much because they won, so I don't think that was their focus.
Steven was talking to Matt a little bit about it, but nothing. Matt was kind of
that is true.
Slow down a little bit. So they didn't do much. And then on Uli, it was
Nate and Rizzo, they were thinking about it.
Yeah, so it was Nate and Savannah.
Yeah.
And then they said they wanted to add Sage. No, Shannon and Rizzo, I believe. Or was it Sage?
Well, Nate wanted to add Rizzo because, he brought back all the stuff. So it was Shannon and Nate, I think, that were talking, from my understanding. Or
No, it was Savannah. Okay. And then Savannah, it's one episode.
Yeah.
But nothing really set in place. And only other thing that happened was Jawan started crying. because he couldn't get the flint to start the fire.
Get the fire to start.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Which kind of put a target on him a little bit.
It did. It made him seem very impatient. And like he, you know, would get defeated easily. So it kind of put a target on his back. Then we move on to the next.
To the immunity challenge.
Immunity challenge, which was really kind of cool. They had these big 200-pound snakes that were basically big bean bags in the form of snakes, but they were 200 pounds. And the goal was to get themselves first through this maze that was like all these ropes and stuff, and then get to the snakes, untie the snakes, and then get the snake back through the rope thing. And out the gate, once again, Keely, it was looking good, just like with the first challenge, because of Jake. Jake is their manpower. He's the muscle of the group. And so he starts out strong every time. And they started out strong. They were looking good. They had a huge lead at first, right, over everybody else. They had a pretty big lead.
Yeah, they had a nice lead.
And then who went? Annie?
No, it was Jake and Annie. And then after that, it was, I believe it was Jeremiah. No, it was Alex and Sophie, I believe. And then it was Jeremiah and Nicole last.
Okay, yeah. So what ended up happening with that was they got behind with Nicole?
No, they got behind with Alex and Sophie. Is when they got behind, and then they, you know what I mean? So yeah. So they got behind. Hannah was already, you know, they were doing their thing again. Because what happened was Uli caught up with them when Nate and old girl went, and they caught up, and then they got after that they had to do this thing where there's like a ring with
that
a ball.
Looked hard.
And they had to go through a maze and everything, and they're just...
It was a communication.
Yeah, it was like a communication and following directions.
Yes.
Hannah, again, they win.
They won.
And
Uli was right behind them.
And Keely just
kept dropping the ball. Immediately, right out the gate, dropped the ball off the little table thing, because it's a table maze, basically, with in the form of a snake with holes in there, and you can't fall through the hole, or the ball can't fall through the hole. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, long story short, they lost. So they went to elimination.
They went to elimination, and our first elimination from Survivor 49 is
Nicole.
She is out of here, which kind of sucks. She seemed like she could have been an interesting person on the show. She
did seem that way, right? And then I don't know if you noticed, but it was actually between Annie and Nicole who was going to go home. And that's because even though Annie was with Jake, she, you know, talked this big game about how she runs triathlons and she's competed in all these competitions in the real world and whatnot. Yeah. The girl is slow. Yeah. Okay, she's a little slow when she moving out there. She not doing what she say she know how to do. So I think that kind of threw them off a little bit, and that's why they kind of were like about her. So it was between them, and Nicole went home.
Yeah, and so that was that. So yeah, our first cast off is Nicole. Yeah. But I will say so far, I mean, this is just first episode, so it'll be a little bit more lively, you know, just in general, where there's more to talk about building these alliances. But we have, you know, we have the footprints for alliances in place in two of the groups.
Yeah.
We're seeing who the strong people are in some areas already. So I actually kind of like this cast so far.
I do too.
I think it's going to be...
A lot of the reality shows that we watch, they seem a little more authentic.
Oh, no, talk about Big Brother and their trashness that's going on.
Yeah.
Side note, the finale this week...
We'll get to Big Brother. Y'all see our video on Big Brother. But yeah, I like it. Once again, I'm watching a show that I have not watched in a very long time. As far as I know, you probably haven't watched it either in a long time. So, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. So I'm ready to watch the next episode for sure. So.
All right. So Survivor's weekly. So we will see you here next week.
Yeah.
With the next Survivor episode. So give us a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I stole her line because she took mine. All right, y'all.
Okay.